Next stop on the Castrol GTX Cup Series store, stop number 14. It's the Traxxas 400 here at Riverside Raceway in Riverside, California. Should be great race here today. On the pole for today's event, Johnny Gardner, car number 42 on the pole here today. Beside him, the 4, Samuel Ogo. Row 2 is Jeremy Mayer in the 22, and beside him, the 94 of Jacob Lawler. Then row number 3 has the 12 of Pichu London and the 24 of two-time winner so far, Ryan Cooper. Row number 4 has the 25 of Tanner Doobie and the 66 of Wes Riddle. Then Charles Sanford in the 75 and the 29 of Kyle Matthews. And here comes the command to fire him up here at Riverside.
Drivers, start your engine.
And give me the fire the engines. Row number 6 has Stephen Pollard III in the 70, or actually, row 6 has Keith Batson in the 28 and the 20 of Dalton Day. Then it's Stephen Pollard III in the 70 and Austin Ogo in the 30 in row number 6. And row number 7 has the 5 of Charles Jackson and the 26 of Joshua Osborne. Field rounding the last turn here. Johnny Gardner's been looking for a win so bad in this series. He wants to. It just couldn't stand it. But the green flag about to wave and looking for a green flag, and they get it. We're racing at Riverside. And Johnny Gardner jumps out in front, car number 42. Samuel Ogo in the number 4 runs in second position right now. It's not letting Johnny get far away right now in the number 42 car. And Gardner now comes down the backstretch, down the stretch here at Riverside. Overhead view. And Samuel Ogo keeping it close in that 4 car here as Gardner tries to pull away, but Ogo stayed very, very close in that number 4 car. He knows one little slip out of Johnny Gardner, and he's right by him as Gardner rounds that truck car through the last turn here. And boy, Ogo going inside now in the number 4 car. Here he comes. Johnny Gardner trying to stay inside now. And Ogo goes off in the grass. Gardner kind of forces him down there. And now Samuel Ogo falls in the clutches of Jacob Lawler in the 94 car. And Ryan Cooper in the 24. And Cooper kind of forces Jeremy Mayer off in the dirt. Watching this battle of cars right now between the 2 Oldsmobiles, Samuel Ogo in the 4 and the 94 of Jacob Lawler. That's Ogo in the yellow number 4, Lawler in the blue 94. Johnny Gardner still leading the race right now as they go down the backstretch. Helicopter view right there. Off in the turn at about 175 miles per hour. Gardner goes down as far as 109. Through the middle of the turn now. Lawler goes inside of Ogo for a position. And boy, Jacob Lawler goes off in the dirt now, and something about you going inside trying to make a pass down through there. It's just hard to do. And these S's very, very tough. So Lawler hangs on to 3rd. Jeremy Mayer now goes in the 4th position in the number 22 Miller American Buick. been strong the whole season so far. Ryan Cooper, two-time winner. He won the California race and also won the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte, the last race on the tour, or 2 races ago on the tour, I should say. Excuse me. He also won at California. He didn't have his hot outing at Dover, the last race on the tour. Pichu London currently in 6th position. 7th, Wes Riddle. 8th, Kyle Matthews. 9th position belongs to Charles Sanford. And 10th position is Dalton Day in the 20. But it's the battle for the lead here. Johnny Gardner and Samuel Ogo. And we're under yellow. And it's Tanner Doobie that's crashed in car number 25. Well, let's see what happened right there. Tanner Doobie, he is battling with the 30 of Austin Ogo for position here. Doobie gets a little high going in the turn, and he gets off in the dirt. Ogo nails him, and what? Oh my goodness! Look at Doobie go up the hill, go up the dirt, go up the sandy hill right there, and then he just hits Jack Richards. And Joshua Osborne had nowhere to go in the 26 and just clobbers Doobie. And whoa, Osborne hanging off the bank. Huh? And that's just about Osborne's luck's been the last few races. I mean, off in the bank. Tommy Hernick spun back there. We'll have to see what happened to him a little bit here in a minute. Well, Joshua Osborne pretty much got the What Happened award here. On board with Joshua Osborne. Let's go for a ride in the Quaker State Buick, see what he saw. And Osborne's Buick is dangling off the... Yeah, Osborne's Buick just dangling off that sandy bank, and so is Tommy Hernick. Almost about what Osborne happened. Let's see what happened to Tommy Hernick in the 7. 3 wide between he, Bobby Ogo, and Kyle Austin. And Ogo just blatantly turned Tommy Hernick in the sandy runoff. And he's kind of trying to get in reverse here, and all of a sudden he vibrating, and he goes up the hill. Yeah, not smart, Tommy. Now he ends up hung up on the bank a lot like we saw Joshua Osborne do. And unfortunately, the results end up dire straits for both Joshua Osborne and Tommy Hernick, and they both end up out of the race. No, Hernick actually is a lap down now. Osborne out because of a crash. Tanner Doobie because of a valve problem, which basically transfers to motor problem for Tanner Doobie. Well, Johnny Gardner has a sole mission now. Hold off Austin Ogo, or Samuel Ogo in the 4. Yeah. And to keep the lead here at Riverside, the green flag waves. We have 5 laps remaining here at Riverside. 5 down and 5 to go. And what Ogo slipped up high. Jacob Lawler now takes 2nd position away from Samuel Ogo. And now Jacob Lawler decides, hey, I'm going for Gardner now. And boy, is he doing it so with a vengeance. Jacob Lawler, number 94. Trying inside now. And look at this view right there. Here comes the field as they go down the up and down the hill, the rolling hills. Gardner rounding through that turn, number 42, Meliella Pontiac. And now off that long straightaway. Speed's over 170 miles per hour by the time they get to the end of the straightaway now. Jacob Lawler right behind Johnny Gardner for position. Into the turn at 173 miles an hour for Johnny Gardner. Lawler going inside, number 94. Here comes Jacob Lawler. He's on the inside for the lead. Samuel Ogo tried the move and he couldn't make it stick, but here comes Gardner. And he goes in the turn. Oh! Lawler crossed over on Gardner and Jacob Lawler takes the lead. Jacob Lawler very much tricked Johnny Gardner. And now it's Jacob Lawler to the lead here at Riverside. Now the question is, can Johnny Gardner get him back? Jacob Lawler, number 94, I'd say that was a slick move on the part of Lawler as they go over to turn number 1. We thought he was going to go outside to try to pass Gardner, but then he switched to the inside by the time he got on the turn and then just pretty much fooled him. But now that slick move earns the lead now for Jacob Lawler. Looking for his first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series victory. He's got some victories in the Mountain Dew Racing Series and Mopar Nationwide Series, among other series. And now, laps click off. We're down to 3 laps to go here at Riverside. Samuel Ogo goes inside of Gardner for second. And Samuel takes second away from Johnny Gardner. Gardner now slipping back all of a sudden. So now it's 2 Oldsmobiles out in front here. So Jeremy Mayer now goes in the 3rd spot now. Gardner now drops right from 1st to 4th in about 1 lap. I'd say the question for Johnny Gardner is he ever going to get a break and win one of these races? But for Jacob Lawler, he's got now 2.5 laps to try to hold off the rest of the field here. As we said before, road course racing is all about hitting your marks and taking care of your stuff. And now Lawler comes off the turn and he will see 2 laps remaining in the race here. The number 94 Sunoco Ultra Oldsmobile. 1990 model Oldsmobile is what he's driving. Samuel Ogo runs second still. Johnny Gardner runs third. Jeremy Mayer 4th position now. 5th is Kyle Matthews. 6th Pichu London. 7th is Ryan Cooper. 8th is Charles Sanford. 9th Wes Riddle. 10th is Keith Badson. And if Keith holds on, this will be a best run for him in a long time in that Texaco Haviland Ford. He won the Traxxas Truck Series event last time here at Riverside. But right now, the man of the hour is Jacob Lawler. As he comes down, he will see the white flag this time by. The number 94, Sunoco Ultra Oldsmobile, rounds the turn, and he'll see the white flag. There'll be 1 lap remaining here at Riverside. A track that gives single file racing in the trucks, but certainly not here in the Cup race. Rounding 30S as they come here. Samuel Ogo remains a distant second right now in the number 4 Kodak Film Oldsmobile. As now Lawler rounds the turn. He is now going the hill, going up and downhill now. the roller coaster part of the track, as I like to call it. Now through the turn, and on the long straightaway, where they accelerate down that drag strip style straight. And now Lawler. Motors down the straight and eyes now that sweeping turn, heading for the checkered flag on his 2.6 mile road course. And rounding the turn they come, car number 94, the Sunoco Ultra Oldsmobile, his first ever win in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. The Traxxas 400 belongs to Jacob Lawler. He wins at Riverside. Samuel Ogo comes home second. Johnny Gardner, disappointment, finishes third after having dominated the first half of the race. Jeremy Mayer comes home in fourth position. Fifth is Kyle Matthews. Sixth, Pichu London. Seventh, Ryan Cooper. Eighth, Charles Sanford. Ninth, Wes Riddle. And 10th, to Keith Batson, as he just holds off Dalton Day for 10th. Average speed of race, 97.08 miles an hour. And there's your final finishing order here. Jacob Lawler wins the race here today. Second, Samuel Ogo, Johnny Gardner, Jeremy Mayer, Kyle Matthews, Peter London, Ryan Cooper, Charles Sanford, Wes Riddle, and Keith Batson in the top 10. 11th, Dalton Day. 12th, Austin Ogo. 13th, Nicole Williams. 14th, Stephen Pollard III. 15th, Cody Lamas. 16th, Charles Jackson. 17th, Jeff James. 18th, Daniel Day. 19th, Ty Sheets. 20th, Jeremy Doobie. Rest of your finishing order here. Look through some notables. Mike Becker, 22nd. He won't be happy with that. Dylan Poteet, way down there in 25th. He says he's not a road course fan. I'd say this kind of confirms it. Ann Batson, her disappointment on road courses very much continued. 26 for Ann. Down there, Drew Austin, 28th. Bobby Ogo, 29th. Down here, Luke Walker, 30th. Nick Baxter, 31st. Adrian Becker, 32nd. Kyle Austin. Rohit Baderview, the points leader. Way down in 34th position. Tommy Hernick, 35th, a lap down. Out of the race, Jack Richards with a crash. Joshua Osborne, last place with a crash. Tanner Doobie with a valve problem in 37th. But a big win for number 94, Jacob Lawler. Gets his first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series victory. Taking home the Traxxas 400. And Rohit Baderview actually still has the points lead coming out of Riverside by 59 over Jeremy Mayer. Nicole Williams is third. Ryan Cooper fourth. Fifth is Dylan Poteet. Charles Jackson sixth. Tanner Doobie seventh. Johnny Gardner's win moved him. Johnny Gardner's third place run moved them up into eighth. Dalton Day ninth, and 10th is Tommy Hernick. Moving down to the Cameron Gilson in 20th position right now in the points chase. And look and see where you're at this point of the standings. So next race on the tour, we'll be heading on to Pocono Raceway, the 5-Hour Energy 500. Don't miss it.